A woman built a house that never stopped growing. No blueprints, no plan, just building. 38 years, day and night, workers in shifts, stairs leading into ceilings, doors opening into walls. She wasn't crazy. She was hiding from the spirits of every person killed by her family's rifle. Her name was Sarah Winchester. She was the widow of William Winchester, the man whose rifle won the American West, a weapon carried by soldiers, settlers, and outlaws alike, a weapon that made the Winchester family one of the wealthiest in the country. But wealth has a cost. Sarah knew that better than anyone. Her infant daughter died young, then her husband followed, and Sarah was left alone, with a fortune built on death. Grieving, searching, desperate for answers. That's when she found the psychic. The psychic told her something she could never unhear.
What do they say?
The spirits of everyone killed by the Winchester rifle were coming for her, and the only way to survive was to never stop building. In 1886, Sarah arrived in San Jose, California. She bought an unfinished farmhouse, and construction began the very next day. It never stopped. Carpenters worked in rotating shifts, morning, afternoon, midnight, dawn. The sound of hammers and saws became the permanent soundtrack of her life. But there was no master plan, no architect, no blueprint. Sarah gave instructions directly to the workers each morning, and each morning the instructions were strange. Build a staircase, now seal it off. Add a door here, make sure it opens into a wall. Put a window in the floor. The workers built what they were told. They didn't ask why. Most of them were too afraid to. By the time construction stopped, the house had grown to 161 rooms, 40 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, 47 fireplaces, 10,000 windows, and more than 2,000 doors, many of which led to nowhere at all. But something else was happening inside those walls. Workers began to notice things. Footsteps in empty hallways, doors opening on their own at night, cold air moving through sealed rooms as if something unseen was passing through. Some workers refused to enter certain rooms after dark. Others quit without explanation. And Sarah herself grew stranger with time. She slept in a different bedroom every night, never the same room twice in a row, as if she believed something was learning her patterns, getting closer. And then there were the seance rooms. Deep inside the house, hidden from guests and workers alike, Sarah built a room for one purpose only: to speak to the dead. Every night she would enter alone, and every morning she would emerge with new instructions for the builders. For nearly 2 decades, this was Sarah's life: building, hiding, communicating. Until the morning of April 18th, 1906. The Great San Francisco Earthquake. It struck at 5:12 in the morning. The ground shook for nearly a minute. Buildings across California crumbled. Thousands of people died. And inside the Winchester house, Sarah was trapped. The earthquake sealed a doorway shut around her, locking her inside the front bedroom for several hours before workers could reach her. When she finally emerged, she was changed. She believed the earthquake was not a natural disaster. It was a message. The spirits were angry. She had built too much, made the house too grand, too easy to navigate. So she did something no one expected. She sealed off 30 rooms, nailed the doors shut, locked them away, never to be opened again. Sarah Winchester died on September 5, 1922. She passed quietly in her sleep, and at the moment of her death, construction stopped mid-task. Workers downed tools and walked away. Nails left half-driven into wood, rooms left half-finished, as if the house itself had given up. The property was sold, turned into a tourist attraction, and visitors began walking the halls that Sarah had spent 38 years building. What they reported is harder to explain. Footsteps behind them in empty corridors, cold spots moving through sealed rooms, doors swinging open on their own at night. Figures glimpsed at the end of hallways, gone before they could be seen clearly. Investigators have studied the house for over a century. Cameras have rolled through its rooms at night. Sensors have tracked temperature drops and air pressure changes, and none of them have found a clean explanation. Skeptics say the house is simply the product of grief, a woman undone by loss, building without purpose to fill the silence. Maybe. But consider this. Sarah Winchester was not an uneducated woman. She was sharp, methodical, deliberate. Every room in that house was built with intention. So why are there staircases that lead to nowhere? Why are there doors that open into 10-foot drops? Why are there windows built into interior floors? If she was simply grieving, why does the confusion feel so designed? The Winchester Mystery House still stands today. You can visit it, walk its halls, feel the cold air move through its sealed rooms, and decide for yourself, was Sarah Winchester a woman broken by guilt? Or was she the only person in history who actually knew what was coming for her and built the only defense she could think of?